Please do tweet using the hashtag CHAfrica, so Chatham House Africa. And can I remind everyone that although we are in Chatham House, this meeting is not under the Chatham House rule. So it's on the record, so you can use information from the meeting, and when you're tweeting, you actually can identify who has said what. So again, thank you all very much for joining us. So let me introduce His Excellency, who's the fourth and current President of Kenya. He's the leader of the Jubilee Party and was first elected to the presidency in 2013. His Excellency was sworn in for a second term in November 2017, and prior to assuming presidential office, he served in government in a number of different roles. Now, we all know that Kenya is strategically important for the region, for the African continent, and also internationally. We've all watched, Mr. President, the economic success of Kenya. We've watched the investment particularly in infrastructure and electricity, but you also face some challenges. There have been some political challenges, and I think we're all very delighted to see the rapprochement that we have seen recently. But there is also, within your region, the conflicts in Somalia and South Sudan, which have had a particular challenge for the region and have had a major impact on Kenya, a country that has welcomed in a significant number of refugees. I know from my own time at the United Nations how much we valued the fact of Kenya playing that role. I have always felt that we have not sufficiently thanked Kenya for doing that, and that it has had a major impact domestically in terms of not only the attempts to promote inclusivity in the country, but also in terms of the instability which has been caused around some of the issues related to safety and security. You have a huge domestic agenda going forward, not only related to that inclusivity, but also related to tackling poverty and finding ways to ensure that a greater proportion of the population are able to feel the fruits of the economic growth that has been significant in Kenya over the last few years. So we very much look forward to hearing from you this afternoon, to hearing from you about your priorities going forward in terms of the domestic agenda, but also the role you see Kenya playing internationally. Now, I did ask the President how long he was going to speak for. He said 20 minutes. I said, was that a real 20 minutes or a presidential 20 minutes?
It is real.
He tells me it's a real 20 minutes. Now, I happen to have known the President for a very long time, so at 20 minutes, Mr. President, if you haven't finished, I'm going to find some kind of way of indicating to you that you may wish to begin to sum up. Because as you can see, we have a very full audience and they have a lot of questions they want to ask you. Mr. President, welcome again to Chatham House. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I'll go across that. Good afternoon, everybody. First and foremost, let me just begin by saying that I take this opportunity to thank Chatham House, and indeed all of you. It's a pleasure to join you this afternoon. And I'm honored by your invitation. But let me get straight to the point, given that I have only 20 minutes, and acknowledge that we live in tumultuous times, and change has become more rapid than it has ever been in human history. Everywhere around the world, the political certainties of yesterday are giving way to new insecurities, largely driven by a powerful and borderless information age. Voices that would have been judged extreme are finding their ways to the center of power and governance, and this has had both positive, but we must also acknowledge, negative effects. In a time like this, we leaders must seek stability, while at the same time undertaking ambitious efforts to shape a future that responds to the need of our people. That is the challenge of governing today. And this is a challenge on every continent. To know what needs stabilizing and what must also change. Nearly 70 years ago, Harold Macmillan famously spoke of a wind of change blowing right across Africa. The time for change had come, and there was little that could be done to stand in the way of freedom and independence. We as Africans took on our independence as a chance to shape a new destiny that would build a new continent and new nations, and with it, a belief and a hope to deliver to our people health, education, peace, and stability. Kenya has grown into a democracy without a peer in our region, but that has not been without its challenges, as I'm sure the evening news here has had occasion to remind each and every one of you. We have also developed the most diverse and most vibrant economy in our region. And throughout these decades of building, reforming, and growing, the United Kingdom has been an ally as well as a business partner. We have worked together to bring peace and stability to a troubled region. We have defended freedom and democracy together from the extremists who employ terrorism to undermine our way of life. And our people have traded with one another as well as invested in each other. Our friendship